On this episode of Travel Diaries, we are back on the road, continuing our great cross-country adventure that saw us in Birmingham, Alabama, Memphis, Tennessee, Little Rock, Arkansas, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and places in between. In this episode, we are sitting still for a few days, hanging out in and around Santa Fe, New Mexico. The state of New Mexico sits in the southern tip of the Rocky Mountains and was the 47th U.S. state admitted to the Union in 1912. New Mexico is the fifth largest state by area, but with only a little over 2 million residents, ranks 36 out of the 50 states in population. The capital of New Mexico is Santa Fe, which is the oldest state capital in the U.S. Santa Fe was founded in 1610 by the Spanish. As we entered the state of New Mexico and made our way to our home base for the next few days, we were greeted with our first surprise. The temperatures earlier in the day when we left Amarillo were a sweltering 103 degrees. The temperatures in northern New Mexico were in the low 80s with near zero humidity. This is due to the area of the state of New Mexico where we're adventuring being on a plateau. At over 7,000 feet up, the Santa Fe region is higher in altitude than the mile-high city of Denver, and as a result, temperatures are milder even in the summer months. As we drive through the community of Galisteo, our home base for the week, we are greeted with one of the primary themes of the region, wide open spaces. For miles on end, one can see nothing but wide open spaces, broken up by small ridgelines and mountain ranges to the east and west. As we settle into our accommodations for the night, we are greeted with another of many surprises yet to come. If you've never experienced a sunset in the high desert, you should. They are simply magnificent. The next morning, we started our adventure outdoors with a hike through Pecos National Historic Park. Despite the moderate temperatures, as in most places, it's best to get out early to avoid the crowds and the heat. With Bella Barketta in the lead, we hiked along original wagon ruts, saw the trading post and remnants of the historic Santa Fe Trail that runs through the park. Within the park are remnants of pueblos built by the Pecos Indians, and there is even a Civil War battlefield site. Also in the park is an original Spanish mission church, originally constructed in 1717, which the site offers some fantastic views of the range and south pasture areas where native tribes would meet for annual trades. After an energetic hike and a stop through the Interpretation Center to view some artifacts and learn some more history of the region, we decided to stop for a late breakfast at one of our hosts' favorite spots. Cafe Fina is a local diner and bakery, and after our host suggested that we try the best chicken sandwich we would ever have, we decided to try it, and he was not wrong. I will be taking all food suggestions he makes moving forward on this trip. Oh my gosh, it was good.
Located on the northeast side of Santa Fe is Museum Hill. This collection of museums is your passport to art, culture, and nature in the Santa Fe area. We visited the Museum of International Folk Art and toured designer Alexander Gerard's International Folk Art collection of children's toys, which he and his wife Susan collected over a lifetime of travel and love of objects. The 10,000 plus objects on display represent only 10% of this eclectic collection of dolls, miniatures, and toys from cultures all over the world. Another great dining experience was found at Chef Josh Gerwin's Dr. Feelgoods. This farm-to-table restaurant concept was the brainchild of Chef Josh, who began his culinary career sharing the flavors of New Mexico fusion cooking through a catering truck in 2013. Dr. Feelgoods has grown from a humble startup into 2 award-winning restaurants and 2 butcher shop locations in Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Dr. Feelgoods was featured on celebrity chef Guy Fieri's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, where he shared his twist on traditional American fare. We started our meal with an order of carne adobada egg rolls.
Again, it has a little bit of a kick.
Carne adobada is a New Mexican-style braised pork shoulder, slow-cooked in a red chili sauce. For our main course, I enjoyed a hearty local pork chop with Chef Josh's Casa Spice Blend. John tried the green chili chorizo pizza to jumpstart his taste buds for the great New Mexican meals to come.
In addition to Santa Fe being New Mexico's capital city, Santa Fe is a popular destination for outdoor explorers and tourists alike. Renowned for its Pueblo-style architecture and a creative arts hotbed, Santa Fe has something for everyone. And Heather didn't miss an opportunity to shop. Downtown Santa Fe is a great place to find souvenirs and trinkets to bring home to family. The surrounding historic district's crooked streets wind past adobe landmarks, including the Palace of the Governors, now home for the New Mexico History Museum. Dating back to 1610, the Governor's Palace is the oldest public building in continuous use in the U.S. Built by the Spanish for colonial administration, the structure has been extensively modified over the centuries to meet changing needs and stylistic interests. In 1909, the building was designated as the new home for the Museum of New Mexico. To reinforce its connection with earlier cultures, the building was renovated using features drawn from local building traditions. In addition to museums, galleries, and popular eateries, downtown Santa Fe is known for some of the region's most sacred sites. One such site is the Cathedral Basilica of St. Francis. The Catholic cathedral was built between 1869 and 1886 on the site of the older adobe church from the 1700s. An even older church on the same site, built in 1626, was destroyed in the 1680 Pueblo Revolt. Influenced by the French-born Archbishop Lamy, and in dramatic contrast to the surrounding adobe structures, St. Francis Cathedral was designed in the Romanesque Revival style. The Cathedral of St. Francis of Assisi was officially elevated to a basilica by Pope Benedict XVI on October 4, 2005. Another site worth visiting in downtown Santa Fe is the Loretto Chapel. Spectacular in its own right due to the French Revival architecture, this smaller chapel was commissioned by the Sisters of Loretto for the Girls' School Loretto Academy in 1873. The Loretto Chapel is best known for its helix-shaped staircase, nicknamed the Miraculous Staircase, which rises 20 feet to the choir loft while making 2 full turns, all without the support of a central pole. The staircase is built mostly out of wood and is held together by wooden pegs with no glue, nails, or any other hardware used. There are 33 stairs, which has been noted to be the age of Christ at the time of his death. The story behind the builder of the staircase is a mystery, yet brings with it much speculation and wonder of his identity. After an afternoon in downtown Santa Fe, our affable host suggested we take another short drive out for dinner. After making our way out of the city, we headed out into the plains again, this time towards Los Cerrillos. Los Cerrillos, with a population of 229, is accessible from State Road 14 off the road towards Albuquerque. Originally an old mining town, the little town is a time capsule of the Old West. Located in the town's original saloon is the Blackbird Saloon. Built in 1885, this authentic Western-style saloon is the perfect spot for a cold beer and tasty burger after a long day on our feet. I recommend the El Chivato, Black Angus burger with grilled green chili and cheese. We even sampled the local rattlesnake sausage as part of the Wagon Trail campfire plate. It was a perfect ending to a near perfect day. As we head back to Galisteo and our accommodations, we couldn't help but reflect on our experiences during the day. So much to see and do. Santa Fe is a place we will definitely be back to visit again and again. Well, that's it for today. Look for part 3 of our journey coming soon. To see our continuing adventures with Bella Barketta in New Mexico and our return trip from out west.